Hi, I'm Aditi Rana, roll number 2401243, and the economic challenge we'll be discussing today is the education employment mismatch. India is the world's fifth largest economy, yet nearly 42% of the graduates under 25 remain unemployed. Despite a steady GDP growth rate of 6 to 7%, the job market struggles to absorb fresh graduates. The disconnect between our education system and employment opportunities is becoming a critical economic challenge. According to CMIE data, urban unemployment hovers around 7 to 8%, but among young graduates, it is significantly higher. The problem isn't just lack of jobs, but the lack of employable skills. While global markets demand expertise in digital technologies, our education system remains heavily theoretical, providing degree holders rather than job ready professionals. This skill gap not only reduces the efficiency of industries, but also increases their operational costs as companies are forced to spend heavily on training new hires. India is home to one of the world's youngest workforce, with a median age of 28 years. Ideally, this demographic dividend should translate into accelerated economic growth, increased consumer spending, and higher savings. However, if the youth remains unemployed or underutilized, the opposite happens. Consumer demand weakens, savings decline, and dependency ratios rise, all of which slows down economic progress. According to World Bank projections, if India fails to equip its workforce with relevant skills, it could potentially lose up to 2% of its GDP growth annually by 2030. At the same time, this talent drain is exacerbated by a growing trend of brain drain, where skilled professionals seek better opportunities abroad, leaving behind a workforce that lacks technical competence. The inequality this creates is alarming, as the wealthier sections of society can afford private upskilling programs, while middle and lower income graduates struggle to find quality opportunities. Addressing this crisis requires a structured, multi phase approach. In the short term, full implementation of National Education Policy 2020 is essential to modernize curricula and align them with industry needs. More universities and colleges must integrate mandatory internship programs to ensure students gain practical exposure. Government initiatives like Skill India and Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana needs to be expanded to include cutting-edge digital and AI-driven courses, making vocational training more attractive and accessible. In the medium term, India must look towards international models, particularly Germany's dual education system, where students split their time between academic learning and real-world industry experience. Public-private partnerships should be strengthened, encouraging companies to take an active role in upskilling the workforce. Providing tax incentives to firms that invest in training programs can accelerate this transition. Additionally, the AI driven career counseling and workforce analytics should be leveraged to guide students toward job oriented fields. Over the long term, the entire system needs an overhaul. The concept of degree based hiring must be phased out in favor of skill certification based hiring. Universities should move towards modular education where students can upskill continuously rather than restricted to outdated 3 or 4 year degrees. Expanding universal digital education in rural areas will also ensure that the next generation of Indian workers is not left behind in the race of employment. Beyond education, labor market reforms are necessary to ensure that contractual and gig economy workers have protections, benefits, and structured career growth, making employment more stable and attractive. However, such reforms will face significant roadblocks. Traditional education institutes are often slow to adapt, reluctant to move away from legacy systems across learning. Funding constraints will pose another challenge, as large scale skill development programs require sustained investment. State level disparities mean that while some regions may adopt reforms rapidly, others may lag behind, creating an uneven job market. Moreover, employer bias continues to favor degrees over skills, meaning a cultural shift is necessary to embrace competency based hiring. We stand at a critical juncture where policy, industry, and academia must come together to realign education with economic needs. Thank you.